Hi, it's David Arkin with Check Out DFW. I'm here today with Heidi Riddles, she's Vice President with Exponent Mortgage. Heidi, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Good, good. Great to have you on.
Thanks.
So today we're going to be talking with Heidi about mortgages, and we'll be talking about her specialty. They're a mortgage brokerage company, and we talked to them a little bit about why working with a mortgage company is so important, and she has some experience with people who go out on their own and try to find lenders and loans, and how that can be kind of a challenging situation. So that's what we're covering with her today. So, I thought first off, you could just tell us a little bit about maybe kind of the process you all kind of go through when you're working with a client, trying to help them, get them set up with a mortgage and finding kind of, the right loan for them. Just kind of walk us through what that's like today.
Yes, absolutely. So when we get a client referred to us, usually that is through um, a, a realtor or a friend, a lot of people who have already had maybe a loan done with us, developers who maybe you don't qualify in their category, as in their qualifications, they will refer them to us to see what we can do. So what we do is we'll email you a secured link. So privacy is super important to our company. So we have a link to where you fill out your application. It's a 1003 Fannie Freddie basic residential mortgage application. And in that link, what's so cool is you upload any of your documents that we may need. So there's no emailing back and forth. Literally, you can go in and update your documents through your own personal link. And so can your co-borrowers. So say you and your husband or brother and sister or whoever is going to be on the loan, everybody uses the same link. Once you finish, it gets emailed to the next person. And later on down the road, why this is so important with today's new technology is as you move forward, if you get loan estimates or anything that you need to sign, everybody can e-sign just right there through that portal, and it gets emailed to them individually. So that makes life so much easier than having to print out, sign, scan back. It makes life a lot easier for people. From there, once I get the information, and I will have a consultation, of course, to find out what our goal is. If we're doing a purchase, what is the goal, where we want to be at, how long are we going to have the loan, how much you want to put down. We have loans on conventional that you can put as little as 3% down. We have lenders that we know that can do only 10% and still waive mortgage insurance. So it's really important that I understand what the goal is. From there, once I get the information, I have relationships with over 22 of the biggest wholesale lenders out there. And so I shop their rates for them, David. It's very easy. I go in, I find out who's going to be the best products, what's our closing time going to be possibly looking like, as all lenders have their certain perks, and they also have, areas that you want to stay away from, just depending on if we're closing super fast or what the credit scores look like, different things like that. We'll want to assess the proper lender.
Okay. Well, that was a great overview. It seems like to me, like one of maybe the biggest advantages there of working with a company like yours is, I mean, the 22 companies that you sort of kind of have I can't imagine on your own how you would ever sort of, do that. That must be a huge advantage that you have access to something like that.
Absolutely. And we study, it's our jobs as brokers. We study, we learn every lender, we learn all the new products. There's a new product out there with Shona for down payment assistance on FHA loans. It's our jobs as brokers to know all of these lenders and know what products they have, where the credit scores cut off at, and where the sweet spot is. There's always, every lender has a certain area that if a loan's over a certain amount or over below an amount, credit scores up or down a little bit. And it's our jobs to study those types of loans and what the qualifying gates are, so we can make sure to get the best loan and product for our clients.
Okay, yeah, awesome. So I imagine that you sort of have seen stories or know people that have decided to like go out on their own and, try to sort of do this on their own. What are some things that, you've seen people kind of, run into when they're trying to kind of go solo on this sort of stuff?
Okay, so that is a great question because I get this almost weekly. Um, Frustration, huge amount of frustration. People will start going in doing it on their own, and unfortunately, it's hard when you don't talk the talk. Also, you can kill your credit score. If you, with us, you do one application, I shop 22 lenders. If you're going to a whole bunch of depository different banks trying to shop on your own, every time you're doing an application and every time they're hitting that credit. So that is a thing that can be very disturbing. Also, it is when they start talking about the different programs and they don't explain things and you kind of have to fit more in a box. It gets really frustrating for people when do I lock my rate? Is my rate locked? Or if they do start working with them, they have to be the ones to work directly with the underwriters and the processors, which gets to be very, very frustrating when you don't know the lingo. And they're like, oh, you need a LOE. They're like, what's a LOE? Which is a letter of explanation. But it's like, well, then what do I write in the letter of explanation? There's just not a lot of advocacy and guidance when you're doing it on your own.
Yeah, I can't imagine just having bought houses ourselves, like how, I mean, it's hard enough to kind of go through it, with experts. I just can't imagine trying to fish for that on your own. It sounds crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, and just for the support. I think when you're buying a home, we always say it's your support team. It's who is your realtor. It's who is your insurance person. It's who is your mortgage person. It's support, right? Because you want to definitely have a team behind you that is going to support you and make sure that you're fully aware of all the decisions and choices that are being put out there. So you are completely transparent on what's about to happen in the mortgage. And there's not a fine print later on, or they didn't lock the rate to come to find out that now rates have gone up and it's not where you thought it was going to be. And now your monthly mortgage is $800 more than you thought. It's things like that we want to definitely protect our clients from.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that for a quick second. Is just the support that your company is able to provide through like your experience, but others who you're kind of working with. Can you tell us just a little bit about? And that's one of the real values I think of working with a company like yours is like your background and also the people that you guys surround yourself with.
Absolutely. We definitely, there are a ton of mortgage lenders out there. And at the end of the day, we only work with the best. We work with the ones that have the best reputation, who have the best services, customer service to us as well, because we want our clients to have a great experience. So with that being said, we have a certain expectation of the lenders that we use as well. And with that being said, every lender that we use, we have an account executive who oversees with me every loan. So even my brokers, say with Exponent Mortgage, you have one of our other amazing brokers that you're working with. I still oversee everything that is coming in and just keeping my eye on the prize, along with every account executive. So with that being said, we definitely make sure that things are timely, being processed smoothly, any conditions that are out there that we're addressing them. And a lot of things for our borrowers is they don't even really know we don't even have to bother them, because a lot of these answers that need to happen are very simple and are in the paperwork. So there's no reason to even bother them. That's why you have us as a team. We'll handle that for you and get to the closing table and make it as smooth as possible.
No, sounds like a great process, and it seems like you take all the worry off the client, which is obviously the goal. So, so Heidi, great talking with you. I think explaining the process is really helpful for our audience, and all those things to think about. If you ever thought you were going to try it on your own, probably big warning, don't. So we really appreciate. You can read more of Heidi's insights and advice on. Check out dfw.com underneath the helpful DFW section. She's one of our verified experts who provides advice and insights on a regular basis. So Heidi, thanks so much for your time today.
Oh, thank you so much, David. It was great speaking with you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.